take a look at our question of the day. All right, get you guys texting on our WhatsApp, on our Facebook, on our Twitter, on our Instagram. Did the week-long wait for presidential election announcement affect your work or business in any way? And I'll add their shape or form. All right, so did the week-long wait for this day, affect your biashara? And also perhaps you can let us know during the campaigns also, kama unaweza sema your business was affected, because we want to see how we can now move forward as far as putting coins back in our pocket is concerned. So Kogi, welcome to the show once again. Like I said, nilikuwa nimekumiss.
Hata mimi.
Good to see that you're alive and well. Ulipiga kura, sioni kidole yako ikiwa na marangi.
Fred, how can I fail to exercise my democratic right?
Yako naona waliweka kalaini kamoja.
It's
like they wanted to paint my entire finger. I'm looking at it, and I also assisted my grandmother to vote. Pia hii wakaipaka rangi. Ama hii ilikuwa inafanyika kitu pekee.
What, did you vote twice?
No, I voted. This is mine when I voted, and then I assisted my grandmother to vote. Okay. So they had to color my thumb so that I cannot assist anyone else.
All right.
I can decide to assist the entire Kitui County. Nasema nani akona 50 bob nimsaidie. Anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah. Perhaps we can just say how in your opinion, how was the election process? Did you see any businesses being affected from that perspective?
First of all, I want to thank Kenyans. Kenyans are wonderful people. Wonderful. That's why I'm saying globally right now, I think we are trading very well, because people expected some turmoils, people expected some stone throwings,
drama.
People expected some tire burning or something like that. It didn't happen.
Yes. I
think Kenya, we are growing. We are growing from that. I think Kenya, we are shaping up very well.
Yes.
From the business perspective, I think I would say people during the electioneering period, they normally don't spend. Yeah, they don't normally spend. They tend to withhold the money. So, and the money that is normally in circulation is the money that is maybe dished by the politicians.
Right.
And it is not such much, but during that particular time, you could see even if you go to negotiate for interest rate in the bank.
Yes.
The rate was not good. If you want to go and maybe put some fixed deposit, the rate was not very interesting, because the central bank wanted to mop up some money, because there was a lot of money that was spreading around, but people were not really spending. Money go out, but it's not being spent. I mean, like if you're having your 50,000 or 10,000 shillings,
right?
You want to give it, whoever you are giving, they don't spend. They just hold the money, because they were expecting maybe what if happened, what if this happened,
Kama kutakuwa na shida.
Yeah. But if you look at our roads right now, if you look at the way the town look like,
yes,
it's cool.
Yes. I
think Kenyans are, I really want to say kudos Kenyans. They're important.
Right. Again, probably I should rephrase the question differently. Was the election of 2022 pro-business or anti-business?
I don't want to say it was anti-business. It was pro-business, because election always come with a lot of expectations.
Right.
It's change of regime. We're talking about changing of regime. Like right now, first of all, I want to congratulate from the result that we received yesterday,
right, from
Chairman Chebukati.
Right.
I want to congratulate His Excellency Dr. William Ruto,
right,
for the win, to win the presidency. It is not even trying a simple for an MCA. It's whole tiring.
Yes.
It's a journey. So I want to appreciate and say, I want to congratulate our deputy president, who is now the president-elect, William Ruto. And I want to say, people expect a lot from him. Not only him, even the government that is going to serve, or the government that is going to lead, starting from the county assemblies, all the way to the national assemblies, even to a judiciary. Because, like for judiciary, give and take, I won't say I'm suspecting.
Right.
I'm suspecting some supreme arguments, because when you have four judges,
right,
giving a dissenting voice,
four
commissioners,
yes,
4 commissioners of IBC,
right,
giving a dissenting voice, and say to them the election was opaque. So at least with that one, even you as a private citizen, you can go to court saying, if the 4 commissioners out of 7 they're having challenge with this one, then to us the election was not free and fair.
Okay.
But as long as I'm concerned, or as long as we are concerned, we were given the votes. It was announced, and we are told that the deputy president won.
All right.
To me,
Yep.
for the expectation, I want to say that a business, it was anti-business. I want to say people expect a lot
Right.
for the government that is coming. Whether it was whichever the government was supposed to come, I think people were expecting a lot.
All right. And actually, in regards to what the vice chair of IEBC, Cherer, and the other 3 commissioners who, of course, said whatever they said, so do you see us probably, again, having uncertainty as far as business is concerned? Do you think investors are going to be like, sasa tulidhani kitu imeisha, ndiye tena maswali zimeanza kuibuka? So does that mean that we're going to see another slowdown in biashara until that process is done, until we are sure? Probably Baba concedes and says, you know what, me, I'm tired, guys. Stuck story mingi, tuendelee na life. Do you think that we're waiting for that as business people?
For business, first of all, I say there might be maybe a slow movement in business, because when you hear 4 commissioners saying we are giving dissenting voice, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind is Supreme. And when you expect Supreme, you're expecting 2 things.
Right.
One, either they give the stamp, they say maybe the deputy president, who is now our president-elect, is duly elected. They can say that, or they nullify the election.
Okay.
So, and because you have like 14 days for all that, I don't believe that Kenyans want to go that route.
Right.
I think Kenyans want to work. You know, we are coming from a very difficult moment. For us to start thinking about how we are going to retrogress, to go back to those kind of things, I think Kenyans don't want that. For now, look, we are coming from a very hard times of COVID-19, which really affected our business to a tune of almost affecting the 2 consecutive years, 70% of our businesses were affected. That means even KRA could not collect the money which they were expecting to collect. If 2020 and 2021, they didn't collect money as they were expecting to do it. Number 2, we are having locust invasion. We had a very serious issues with locust invasion. It really affected a lot of our agricultural inputs. Even raw materials, I think there was a whole serious effect from agriculture. Then that is on the issue of the war in Ukraine. The kind of war that you're seeing in Ukraine and Russia, it's really affecting the prices of commodities. And you know, Kenya is a net importer. Basically, the much we import is 3 times how much we export. That means our balance of trade is still skewed.
So we are still relying on
the
outside
imports.
world.
Yes, including food, like wheat, like rice, those kind of things.
Right.
Even mafuta ya kupika.
And it's funny you've mentioned that there now. The way we import a lot of products, from electronics to food to even clothes. Mitumba hizi tunavanga si za hapa. So does that mean that the fact that Kenya was going through an election period, we had issues with that, or we're going to have issues with that? We're going to have issues with imports, importing our favorite gadgets, whether it's phones or TVs or fridges?
Not exactly. I think where we are headed, I want to first of all to remind you where we are coming from. We are coming from a very fragile, I want to call it a fragile ecosystem. Fragile ecosystem when it comes to policies that we have in this country, because I want to call them fragile. Fragile in the sense that today a governor will come and they want to say this law or this policy cannot be used here. I want to come up with a new one. So sometimes when you are expecting a new government to come, sometimes they come with, and I want to be, it can be county government or it can be national government. Looking from the manifesto from both sides, you are expecting some change of policies here and there. But about the commodities that we import and something like that one, first of all, we still continue, because even if we still continue importing, because we don't have our own. Sometimes back, if it's, look at a company like the tire company, I think, I don't know, Kingston or Yana Tires. They used to have their own, we used to have our own company or factory,
yes,
to make tires. Today we don't. That company, I think it is somewhere in Tanzania. So unless we come and change some of the policy that hinder manufacturing, we're still far away.
Yes.
And those things are not going to be done by the president. No. Those things are going to be done from the parliament. So the parliament that is going, is it 13th parliament that is coming now?
Yes.
The 13th parliament that is coming, we are expecting a lot from them. Change of policies that's going to help the business work. Even at the county level, this is not the time the MCAs, first of all, are going to do. You see, last time we could see most of them they were going to Brazil.
Yes.
At the wameenda hii kitu inaitwa benchmarking. At the benchmarking how to feed cows. Sometimes you don't understand these people. So
yes,
it is high time, first of all, they sit down and understand how are we going to come this framework of this country, of how are we going, first of all, to recover from where we are coming from. And I want to tell you something.
Right.
One of the things I would wish both national government and the county government to do is, first of all, to see how are we going to recover from the shocks, economic shocks that we're having. And number one is to pay suppliers. I can tell you the government of Kenya owes suppliers a lot of money, over 400 billion plus.
And this is just the national government?
No,
or
even at the county.
Okay.
You can see some even suppliers at the county, mtu anasikia nakwambia, unaona ile government ingine, wacha hii ilikuja, ile ingine, ndio haijai nilipa. 5 years down the line, someone has not been paid. And it is the government of Kenya that gave you the tender.
You mean there's someone who's not been paid since
My friend, what are you talking about?
Uhuru's first term?
What are you talking about? Even, wewe, what are you talking about?
I know it's not a laughing matter.
It is a serious matter in this country that you are having people who are not paid. Even today, 6-7 years after not paid.
Delivery.
I can show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was surprised when the next government came. Then I was told this, we can't be paid. My friend, people are really suffering. Today, I can tell you for free, unless our government, and I want to say county government, change the way of doing business, most people, they don't want to do business with county government. So they don't pay.
A lot of...
Well, in fact, people are being chotwad. People are being auctioned.
A lot
because
of...
you want to supply in the county government, they don't pay you. You went to the bank and you borrowed money and you are not paid. What does that tell you?
A lot of people and a lot of elected leaders who have been elected in 2022, of course, have come with these promises of, we'll make sure the common mwananchi ndiye atasaidika. Do you feel then, in regards, as far as business is concerned, that's a good thing? And is there actually goodwill from these individuals who've actually said so, that are going to see probably these businessmen who've not been paid since, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, actually now start getting their monies? Do you feel like we even have that capacity?
Capacity we have. Goodwill we have. But the problem is implementation. You could be having a goodwill, but you don't implement. When you say, hey, fulani walipo, you cannot just shout as a member of parliament or an MCA to go shout. First of all, to understand how much bills, pending bills do we have at the county government.
All right.
Even at the national government. Then we see, let the CS say that we don't have money. And yet somebody was given a tender by the government. In fact, I think we should come up with a law which protect any person that is getting tender from the government, whichever county or national. As long as you're given a tender from the national from the government, you must be paid probably within 90 days.
Let me ask.
That is the only thing. If they have to help Kenyans, that is the policy number one. Because
let me ask, because I've never applied for a tender anywhere. So how exactly does it work? Maybe I need to understand, and perhaps for those who don't even know, for their benefit as well. So how does it work? I apply for a tender and I win. Once I win, I am told I supply, these cups of tea, and I supply the cups of tea. So I should be paid. Ama kunendanga aje?
You should be paid.
So is there another process that makes the money delay?
My friend.
Signatories ndio wengi wanakufanga.
No.
Kalamu ndizo haziko ama shida inakuanga wapi?
My friend, unasikianga hiyo those are the agendas of the governor.
Oh.
Those are the agenda of the CEC. How comes you are calling the governor so that you can be paid? Procurement wanakwambia hiyo ni agenda ya governor. How? And they are the one who gave you the... In fact, they should be sued. We should sue this county government.
So in your opinion then, how do you think maybe the process should be different? Because we cannot be having these conversations every year in, year out, regime in, regime out. So how do you think it should happen?
First of all, the government that has just been elected, the government of His Excellency William Ruto, the one that is coming, if all goes well.
Yes.
Plus the county government, all the governors who have been elected, plus their MCAs, first of all, and I'm saying first of all,
kitu cha kwanza,
within the first 100 days, they should ensure suppliers are paid. First of all, they should ensure suppliers are paid. That is the only way you are going to heal this country. And it is going to help you like this. It's going to help us like this. Me, in fact, when I see a supplier not paid by the government, I want to call it economic sabotage. Do you know why I'm calling it that way? It's because the money that we have in Kenya, 70% of it comes from taxes. Today, if we are supplied, or if you are asked to supply the national government or county government, you have 3 taxes to pay. There is income tax, there is VAT, and probably if you have employed some people or some staff in your company, you pay them pay. So if today you are not paid by the national government or by the county government, you will not pay taxes because you cannot pay what you don't have. Secondly, whichever tax, your people, you will not be able to pay them. What normally is going to happen is you can only tell your people to wajipange kiasi. That you got to borrow money so that you can sustain your business. The cost of borrowing the money from the bank is also going to make the cost of production very high. That means when we are not, and you know, government is the biggest consumer of our budget. Yes. So me, I'm insisting, as time as now, any person listening to me today, any person listening to me, any person listening Mwaura today,
yes,
I want to urge them, national government, county government, let us pay suppliers. That is one of the way we are going to recover, because we are going to have taxes.
Okay.
That is one way. Number 2, let us avoid this issue of, unajua mtu kama hataki kukulipa anakwambiaga ati governor hayuko. This issue of lying to Kenyans that a governor is not in, and you can see his car outside.
Yes.
Do they really want all of us to go and queue there?
But also there's a lot of, from what I understand, again, like I said, I have not applied for any.
You asked me what do you need to do. You need to have a framework.
I have had this corruption. Kuna mtu kabla hiyo signature yekwe lazima umuone za macho.
Sasa hiyo umacho ndio sasa ujinga imejaa hapa Kenya sasa. That's one of the way we should do. I would look at both manifesto.
Yes.
Both the manifesto for His Excellency Deputy President.
Right.
And Raila Odinga.
Right.
Both of them they were saying kupigana na ufisadi.
Yes.
Si ni kweli?
Naam.
Lakini njia moja kupigana na ufisadi, one of the way of fighting corruption is ensuring
history ya
all the loopholes are done, are sealed.
Okay.
Because when you expose one of them, today if I get you with it and I tell you are corrupt, where do I take you?
You know what? Let's hold on that thought.
No, where do I take you? Take you to court.
Yes.
Who arrest you? Police.
Yes.
How would they get evidence? How would judge know?
Let's hold on that thought. We'll revisit it after this break.
We shall revisit.
We are revisiting it after this break. We're going to be checking some of your, what are they called? Feedback as well. So please, kama hujatuma anza kutuma. This is a question we asked you earlier on. Did the week-long wait for the presidential election announcement affect your work or business in any way, shape or form? And also, what's your future like as far as business is concerned? Let us know. We shall be sampling them as we move on. Don't go too far.